What's up, guys? I'm Isaac here. It's Back Road Harley-Davidson, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 best bikes for beginner riders. Which, if we were to make that list, this bike would probably be on the exact opposite end of that spectrum, because this is the 2025 Harley-Davidson CVO RR. Over 120 years of Harley-Davidson motorcycles have led to this moment and this magnificent machine. Think of this bike as a showcase of what the Harley-Davidson Factory Race Team has been working on to show what's possible with the pushrod powered bagger. For several years now, the Harley-Davidson Factory Race Team has been doing much more than taking HD touring motorcycles to the limit. With every season, they go beyond the limit and continue to raise the standard in their class. And this year, the public had the chance to own the closest thing yet to the HD Factory race bikes. If you haven't seen any race baggers in action, let me just say you need to. Watching these pro riders chase super sport lap times around the country in the Moto America King of the Baggers series has been quite the experience. At Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson, we've had the opportunity to get up close and personal with the series this year, working with the Mad Monkey Motorsports race team and the number 88 Max Flinders, led by Brandon White. It's been incredible to learn more about what it takes to competitively race a Harley-Davidson Road Glide, so be sure to watch for the big yellow Road Glide in the next race. Before we dive into some of the goods on this machine, this is still a street legal version of the race bike, so it won't be as tall or as powerful and loud as what you see Wyman, Rispoli, and Smith running. You still get features that make it enjoyable on the road, like the infotainment system, road tires, softer suspension, and other items to let this bike still be an enjoyable experience for more than just 8 laps around Road Atlanta. Now, starting from the ground up, you won't see racing slicks, but you do have similar tires to the CVO ST, with laser-etched RR on the 7-spoke cast aluminum rims. On either side are radial-mounted racing Brembo calipers, rotors, and pads with safety wire. This braking system is beefed up to handle more of the heat and abuse seen with track riding. Above the wheel is our first piece of woven carbon fiber on this bike, but this isn't just plain old carbon fiber. To enhance the stability and durability, like the race bike, this utilizes a carbon fiber and Kevlar combination. You'll see this replace all of the regular tins except the fuel tank, but the show stealer of the front end are the fully adjustable 43mm Öhlins FGR inverted forks. These are the same forks as the race bike, just a little shorter and softer to enhance rideability on the road, but they are still taller than stock. Paired with the Öhlins rear shocks, riders can enjoy the extra 2 inches of ride height over stock and the enhanced lean angle that comes with it. Parallel to the gold forks are the first of many steel-braided lines, going up to the billed aluminum triple trees. Hiding these gorgeous trees is the even more impressive carbon front fairing and signature lighting. Inside the fairing are many similarities to the CVO ST, that massive infotainment system we're still getting used to. But you might think the RR stands for really rockin' when you hear the Stage 3 Rockford Fosgate speakers. First contact with the rider is through a bar and riser setup we first experienced again on that CVO ST, only this one has a few extra matching trim pieces and of course that serialized riser top clamp. The next point of contact for the rider is the solo seat with pommel. This seat was put together with Saddlemen to create a solo seat that raises the rider up for excellent comfort and control over the mid-controls while keeping them planted under hard acceleration and even harder braking. Forward of the pommel is a 6-gallon tank with a carbon dash, the iconic Drop H logo, and the continuation of the Screamin' Eagle. Below that is the focal point of this machine, the Screamin' Eagle 131 powertrain. With a few slight advantages over the standard 131, this beast is fed by a massive high-performance intake system that sends 153 horsepower and 150 torque to a Racing King 6 transmission and final drive belt before reaching the rear wheel. This motor also sends a familiar rumble through its unique race-inspired Akrapovic full titanium exhaust, if I said that right, with a crossover and carbon fiber heat shields. These wrap around the 131 badged cam chest cover that is yet another machined aluminum part and leads the eye to the final rider connection, those gorgeous billet aluminum mid-mount foot controls. Riders will see a similar story on the left side of the bike with the addition of a custom primary cover. And when you decide to go out cruising on this bike and use the bagger for what baggers are for, which is the bags, you'll find them to be completely functional. They're gorgeous on the outside, but on the inside is pretty neat, showcasing the raw carbon and a few goodies that come with the bike. Behind the bags are the Screamin' Eagle Öhlins remote reservoir shocks, mounted to another of this bike's highlight, that billet aluminum swing arm. A beautiful design machined from a 220-pound block of aluminum This piece weighs only 18 pounds, which reduces the unsprung weight and improves the suspension response, adding even more to that riding experience. The rear of this bike hosts familiar LED lighting like we've seen on this year's bagger lineup, except this time not only to improve the bike's visibility, but also show off that glossed carbon fiber. And on the left back, proudly displayed is Old Glory, and on the right is the Fast Johnny Racing decal, smiling at all your friends that are going to struggle to keep up on the straights, and especially in the curves. Now, when I first got on this bike, I was surprised at just how tall it actually sat. Between the suspension and seat, standing it up felt a lot like my Softail that sits only 70 pounds lighter than this massive RR. But it was when my hands went to the bars, you could feel this motorcycle was itching to be wide open. A bike that light with power that strong on a chassis that could handle it, this bike has got to be an absolute blast to go ride. Now the CVO Road Glide ST, which also features some lightweight carbon fiber parts, was the first bike we saw that was inspired by the Moto America King of the Baggers. It sits at 127 horsepower and 145 foot-pounds. It's at 838 pounds. Now when the CVO RR rolls around, it's going to have 48 more horsepower and 20 more foot-pounds of torque, and it's going to be 50 less pounds on the curb, all in a machine that is ready to sit on the red line. And one of the most talked about numbers on this bike is definitely going to be the price tag. While it is pretty steep, when you start pricing out race baggers with billet parts, carbon fiber bodywork, race spec Owens, everything else we've gone over so far, and it being produced from the factory ready to rock, you get to a very high number. So while this machine isn't for everyone's garage, it is showing everyone what can be done with a Harley-Davidson Road Glide. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So thank you guys for watching. And again, there's not a whole lot of time left to be able to come out here and see this bike before it goes to its home. But if you want to, come see us out here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and come see number 61 here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson. So in the meantime, ride safe, and we hope to see you soon.